Welcome to round 4 of a modern league using Naya Burn. Our opponent is going first and we have just one land. Tempted to keep this, keeping a lot of one land hands at the moment. But when you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 1-drops, you can get away with it a little bit more. Cavern of Souls is not a good sign. Going to go for a Stomping Grounds as we've got the Atarka's command. Just run out this Swiftspear. I mean, the hand is not great. Yeah, this is what we didn't want to see. Stuff like this. Generally speaking, I think Eldrazi is a bad matchup for Burn. They play very big creatures very, very quickly, which outclass pretty much everything that we play. So options here are to cast Eidolon and not attack, or just attack and trade with either a Sky Spawner or just let him kill it or chump with a token. Eidolon probably doesn't do an awful lot against our opponent, given that they play massive Eldrazi spells. The other thing we could do is bolt a creature swinging with the Swiftspear, or we could play double spike, put him to 13, swinging with a big Swiftspear, which would then mean he's not trading, he's just chumping. I think I like that. If we weren't playing Eldrazi, the Eidolon would be better, but the chances are he's probably played just played the only thing that we can actually hurt them with the Eidolon. So we'll just burn our opponent, burn our opponent. It's not the best thing leaving the Scion alive, and also we kind of waste a bit of damage there, arguably, with the prowess triggers just being eaten by that Sky Spawner. But at the same time, we have got a bit of value out of the Swiftspear through killing the Sky Spawner, which is not completely irrelevant. That is aggressive. Probably going to be used for something horrible. Drowner of Hope. Does he have enough mana for Drowner of Hope? 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't think he did. Oh, okay. Just ramping out more things. Well, the Eidolon plan would have been better. Unfortunately, now the sad truth of what I was saying about playing the Eidolon is even more predominant. I do wonder how many more 3 mana or less things they've got in hand. That being said, we do have 3, 6, 9 points of burn. If we play Eidolon now, then opponent might get hurt for a bit. It means we are going to take an awful lot of pain ourselves. I'm actually thinking I don't like playing the Eidolon. Given that we have 9 points of burn here, I am very tempted just to put as much damage on our opponent as possible through the burn spells. Hope top deck a burn spell to win. The longer this game goes, the worse it is for us. And if we play the Eidolon, and then play the burn from our hand, we take 6 damage. So we have to hope our opponent doesn't have 10 points of damage. So if they cast Reality Smasher, that's 5, 6, 7, 8. They got 9 points of damage on the table. So we would survive, but we wouldn't then be able to cast anything else. Let's attack and see what he does. I think we don't want to attack. If he blocks with the Sky Spawner, then I'm less convinced they have Reality Smasher. That is fine. As much as I don't want to cast Eidolon, I think we just have to. Totally should have played it the previous turn. But then we have saved ourselves a bit of damage. Yeah, and here's the Reality Smasher. So we're going to take quite a lot of damage here. Yeah, it was a mistake to cast the Eidolon, to not cast the Eidolon in the second turn. So our opponent would have been on 8. And they would just be dead. Although we would have taken another 4 off of the 2 lava spikes and then taking another 2, 4, 6. So we would have taken 10 damage, which would have put us in a very precarious situation. Probably lost to this swing. Not blocking. Okay, so this is going to be painful. If he attacks with the Reality, if he's got another Reality Smasher, we just lose. Probably should have blocked with the Eidolon. That was silly. 9 points of burn, which is not enough to kill our opponent. This turn, we take 6 damage for the privilege. Not much we can do about the loss of life. The only thing we can really hope for here is that our opponent lets any of this damage through, but it's doubtful. Doubtful that they will. They've got Path as well. Have to attack here, really. Okay, so if we do 3 damage off Atarkas and +1/+1, that's 6, 7, 8, 9. So we have to really hope that our opponent doesn't have anything here. I didn't really consider this as an out, as I didn't think our opponent would give us this out, if that makes any sense. Which is pretty loose. I suppose you gotta play to your outs. Still got Path mana. Wow. I did not see that coming. Spell Pierce? That would suck. Although he would need it needs a shock for effect for that, so oops. Wow. I think we got away with that big time. Really got away with that. I think our opponent got a bit greedy with not blocking with a Sky Spawner. He had no reason to block the Sky Spawner. Because, I mean, it's easy to see from our point of view. But obviously, we need to play card. We need to cut. You know, we've got all these cards in our hand that we can't really cast without taking damage. So he doesn't need to do the damage with the Sky Spawner to kill us. But I think if our opponent really thought about it, then he would have seen that we'd kind of backed ourselves into a corner with the Eidolon. So, although we probably had a lot of burn, we would have needed to do a lot of damage to ourselves, meaning that Sky Spawner's not really needed to attack, but actually better to keep him alive so that the burn we could possibly have isn't enough to actually kill him. We got Path to Exile against this deck because he plays big, horrible creatures. Deflecting Palm can also be quite funny. Deflecting Palm is good to redirect the damage from a Reality Smasher. Path to Exile is just solid against all the horrible Eldrazi. Lava Spike is generally just a bit too non-interactive for this kind of matchup. This hand is okay. We shall keep. It's got burn spells, it's got Path to Exile. Seems pretty good to me. Not Thought Not Seer. Don't want Thought Not Seer or Reality Smasher. Talisman of Progress. Okay, that's interesting. Another guide. Plains. So more land for our opponent. It's probably just what they wanted. I don't know why I went for Stomping Ground first. Should have gone for Path. I looked at the Atarka's command as I clicked the Stomping Ground, thinking it would be good to have green open for that. But it's probably better to have Sacred Foundry come in untapped first. As now, if I want Path mana, I have to play this to take 2 damage. Yeah. That being said, I don't think we would need to worry about Path mana. So, Path to Exile. The reason I say that is because we'll probably Path in their upkeep. So they don't get the use of the free land. But if they cast Path now, if they cast something we want to Path now, then it's a bit. I'm a bit envied to give them access to that extra land early by pathing it in their end step, so they untap on their 3 with 4 mana. Able just to cast Reality Smasher. I mean, they got the temple anyway, so they want to cast Reality Smasher, they can now. Sky Spawner's good. So one of our guys is going to get passed, but not before we attack. Okay, didn't see that coming. That seems pretty loose. That seems incredibly loose. I mean, I don't know what he's got in his hand, but I mean, 4 life is incredibly annoying. But if he had pathed a guide and then blocked a guy with a spot guy spawner this turn, and then waited to untap then untapped and then waited for me to play another creature and got the yeah, because using the sacrifice ability and gaining 4 life would have been so much more backbreaking than just gaining 4 life. Not that just gaining 4 life is bad. Annoyingly, I would love to be able to leave Skullcrack up now, but considering his line of play, knowing he's got Path to Exile, I want these Goblin guys to do as much damage as possible. So we're going to take away the chance into trade. Brushland. Eldrazi Scar Spawner. Okay, he wants that mana pretty bad. He's got 5 cards in hand and he hasn't played anything that big yet. It's a bit strange. I mean, that's how this deck smashes us, just playing 4 4s and 5 5s. Another Sky Spawner. Not going to path the Sky Spawner. Okay. Second Blessed Alliance. It's fair enough, I suppose. He's going to have Thought Not Seer next turn. That is a pain. I mean, I get that Blessed Alliance is really good. So there's no point casting Atarka's command here. But I could cast Boros Charm to give the Goblin guy double strike. Yeah, I might do that actually. Well, there's it 13, 4, 3 is 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm happy with the trade actually. I think I would rather just burn out his. Happy with the trade, and we're just going to go for the burn plan. 2 Blessed Alliance was pretty rough. I don't know how much more life gain he could possibly have. Thought Not Seer is pretty bad, but whatever. So we'll let it enter the battlefield and then try and path it. Skullcrack him. Definitely path Thought Not Seer. Should have cast the Eidolon first, then he's got the choice of pathing with the Eidolon on the stack, and then he doesn't get the reveal off of the Goblin swing. But it's my own fault for not doing that. Yep. Can't do much about this. We're going to save the Atarka's command as if we can prevent him from gaining life, then that's really relevant. It was always a risk going for the burning our opponent out plan, knowing that they had the Thought Not Seer. The odds of them following up with another creature were fairly high, but having just drawn 2 lands in a row is a little bit frustrating. Take 1 hit. Displacer. Excellent news. Take some damage. Not going to cast the Atarka's command because we can use it to force a trade with his Displacer. No, I would not like to pay 2 life. Okay, so with that, our opponent is on 2 life, effectively. So there's no point not attacking because he can just blink with the Displacer. Yeah, that's really annoying. So we're going to take 8 damage next turn. So if we try and cast Atarka's command, he'll blink in response and not kill the Eidolon. So he won't trade with the Displacer. So we have to live with the trade here. which is annoying, but it does then mean that if our opponent bricks this turn, then we have a shot to burn them out. That's not going to help him brick. Ooh, Thought-Knot Seer. Ugh. So we know he can't play any hasty creatures, so we can just go at our opponent. No reason why he doesn't attack with both creatures here. No reason at all. Yeah, we only have one draw step, and he wants to only give us that one draw step. There's no point giving us more. I mean, although it wouldn't really give us more if he didn't attack with both, but there's still no reason not to attack. And bolt. Jeez. That is annoying. Do I really want to take in stuff for Destructive Revelry? No. I think we just need to go with the plan we have. I'm happy with the plan we have. We're going first. Ugh. 5 lands is not a keepable hand. Don't really want to go to any. That's not. This is really weak, but I don't want to mulligan any further. That'll stay on top, but it's completely irrelevant as we're going to flush that away. Would have been better to go with the Rift Bolt first and then leave Lightning Bolt generally, because it's just better. I'll wait for him to do something before we bolt him. Probably not going to make any difference to what they would do. Take 3 to deal 3. Okay, that's good. So if we play Guide, then more damage potentially. But I feel like the longer we leave to play Eidolon, the less effective it is. And this is just, generally speaking, more mana efficient. Gives us an excuse to actually take damage off of our land as well. Having lived in regret for not playing Eidolons before, hoping we are able to actually do something. Yay, with this now. Excellent. And this is exactly why I should have suspended that first. Hope that play does not cost us. Oh dear. In this heat, yeah. Hurrying into it and not suspending that Rift Bolt has been really costly, because we needn't have done that, and now we've left that Goblin Guide in our hands for him to take, which is just awful. And now we're drawing lands. We don't deserve to win this game. Yep. There's no reason he has to not attack at this point. knowing our hand is absolutely rubbish. Fail to see what we can draw now to get out of this situation. Need the back-to-back paths. It's just not going to do anything. This has to go on the displacer. Otherwise, he blinks our blocker and we lose. No, I'm not going to attack. Opponent sitting with 6 cards in hand. It's not ideal. Great. Did not deserve to win this game. It's a hurried misclick. The hand was pretty weak anyway, to be fair, I think. We drew quite reasonably well up until the point where we just draw more lands again with the Goblin Guide, but hastily casting the Lightning Bolt instead of suspending meant we lost that ability to get any kind of value out of that guide. So that was a pain. I mean, we would have only done an extra 2 points of damage, but it would have meant that we were putting more pressure on our opponent, and we might not have had to put burn towards the creatures so readily. We put 6 points of burn into displacers that game. So if we'd had the Goblin Guide, we would have been attacking. He would have been another 2 points down at 5 life. Factor in those 6 points we've had to waste on Eldrazi displacers, our opponent would have taken lethal damage. So it was a bit of a shame, but that'll teach me for clicking too quickly.